In my last post, I didn't really give much detail about the hours of my work, so I'll try to elaborate this time. I'm in my 5th year of dispatching. I'm an overnight dispatcher, so that means my shifts start at 7 p.m. and run through till 7 a.m. The odd time I work during the day, but that's only when I'm training someone usually. I work 5 days on and then 5 days off. They do this because it's exhausting, staying up 12 hours straight every night, but also because you can get so mentally drained by the time the 5th day comes. It's almost unbearable to answer any distressed callers. Although, I have to admit, I'm getting much better at numbing my own feelings when people call. But every now and again, there's a call that just can't be numbed. I was also asked if it gets weirder on certain days, like a full moon or stuff like that. Well, the answer is yes. People who are very superstitious like to call in on those days. Same with people who are into the paranormal. People get into a lot of shenanigans on those days and end up getting hurt or worse. My question here is, why can't people just stay home on full moons? The strangest phone call I've ever received on a full moon was in my first few weeks of working here, actually, at about 2:34 a.m. 911, what's your emergency?
Yes? Hello? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. What's your emergency?
There's someone outside my home. Someone is impersonating my husband.
Okay, I'm sending the dispatch now. Can you tell me your name? And are you home alone?
Linda. My name is Linda. I live alone. My husband passed away 3 years ago.
Her breathing started to sound panicked. Okay, Linda. It's going to be okay. Police will be there in less than 5 minutes. Where are you right now?
Oh my Lord. He sounds just like him.
Her breathing got ragged and she started to sob. Linda, where is he?
He's at the tree line. He's asking me to come see him. I can't see what he looks like.
I heard the sound of a patio door opening. Linda, please stay inside. Police will be there any minute.
But what if it is my husband? I just need to see. He never came home from hunting. Maybe he found his way back.
She sounded hopeful, and I could hear the crunch of the leaves as she walked closer to what I'm guessing is the tree line. No, Linda. Please, listen to me. You said your husband died 3 years ago, right? My own breathing was becoming heavy.
Jerry? Is that you? Sweetheart, are you there? You've been gone for so long. Oh my God.
There was a sound of commotion. And then I heard the sound of her running.
Ah! That's not my... Ah! His face is so... Ah!
Linda let out a blood-curdling scream, and then silence. Linda? Linda, are you there? Linda, please answer me. I was screaming into the phone until I heard the sound of heavy breathing. And then the line was cut. A few days after that phone call had been made, there was a story on the news about a woman found dead in her backyard. Her legs had been ripped off her body and her neck was snapped. Police suspected that she'd fallen and broken her neck, and that an animal like a wolf or a coyote had eaten her legs. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone for the awesome feedback and the great support. I wasn't sure if sharing my stories would even be something of interest to people, so thank you so much. A Redditor asked me for more of a wholesome story, still creepy but wholesome. A call where I feel like I've made a real difference. This is one of them. However, it doesn't quite bear a happy ending per se. One person survived. Of course, for confidentiality reasons, all names have been made up. I would also like to add that I will not be giving out any details of where I'm from. I like my job and would like to continue working here. This call was made on a Monday night, just after 12 a.m. 911, what's your emergency?
Hello? Can you hear me?
A voice whispered into the phone. Yes, I can hear you. Can you tell me what's happening and where you are?
Man, I'm not getting arrested today. But holy shit, you need to send somebody over here.
He sounded panicked. Okay, I can send a dispatch as soon as you tell me where you are, sir. What happened?
I'm at 1520 Stone Street. Please, hurry. These people are so fucked up.
Okay, the police are on their way. Can you tell me what happened? And what's your name?
I broke in, noticed these people had a nice car the other day, and I figured they probably have nice shit. I'm so fucking stupid. How long until the cops get here, man? I'm fucked if they catch me in their house.
He was hyperventilating at this point. Sir, I know you're scared, but you need to breathe. Why do you feel like you're in danger?
They have some girl in their basement. She's tied to a chair.
Do you know if she's alive?
I don't know.
Where are you right now? Can you check to see if she's breathing?
I'm with her in the basement. I'm behind some shelves. I can hear them walking around upstairs. There's a window that I can get out of, but do I just leave her here?
I added in that I needed an ambulance for the dispatch. Okay, sir? I waited for him to acknowledge and continued. I need you to make sure that she's okay. Can you go do that for me?
I guess. What if she's fucking dead?
Police are on their way. They'll be there in less than 3 minutes. I heard him shuffle around a bit, and he was breathing really heavy.
I can't hear anything but my own heart beating. Is she fucking dead? What do I do? I'm so fucked. Oh my god.
He started to panic again. Put your hand on her chest. Is she breathing?
I think so. I don't know.
He paused for a moment.
I'm shaking so fucking much. I can hear them upstairs. I need to get the fuck out of here.
Sir, I want you to go back to where you were hiding. How did you get into the house?
Okay.
I heard him walk back to where he was hiding.
I came in through the back porch. I jumped their fence. They weren't home, so I thought I was good, you know? Quick and easy. But I heard them pull into the garage, so I booked it to the basement. At first, I didn't even see the fucking girl. Oh god, this is so fucked up. How much longer? I need to fucking go.
I heard him readjust, and in the process of him doing so, something fell to the ground.
Shit. Oh shit, I'm so fucked.
His voice was so low that I could barely hear him, but I knew that he was panicking. He stayed silent. His breathing was the only thing letting me know that he was still there. Then I heard the faint sound of a door creak. Sir, stay as silent as you can. It's going to be okay. The police are almost there. I could hear his ragged breathing over the line, and I listened attentively. Someone made their way down the stairs and said, "Hello." I find myself holding my own breath, trying not to make a sound either. I heard someone walking around the room while the robber tried not to breathe. I finally heard the sound of footsteps fading away and proceeded to speak. "Sir, are you there? Are you all right?" The silence was deafening.
Holy shit. He went back upstairs. That was so close.
He whispered into the phone after a long bit of silence. He put down the phone and I heard him make his way out of what I imagined was the window that he mentioned earlier.
I can hear the fucking sirens. Oh my fucking god. Oh, thank God. Thank you. I owe you my fucking life. And so does that girl.
He was out of breath. My best guess was that he was running away from the house. "Sir, I need you to stay where you are until the police get there. They know that you're in the basement. Don't move, okay?
Oh, fuck that. I'm not getting arrested. Make sure they find the girl. Fuck, man. That's so fucked up. I hope she's okay. Thank you so much.
And he hung up. I later found out that the man who broke into the house was never found. Police encouraged him to come forward, and he never did. To be quite honest, I don't blame him for not coming forward. The woman tied in the basement, however, was an immigrant who was sold to a couple. She was a victim of human trafficking. Unfortunately, she was found dead. She was severely malnourished and had been raped multiple times. The couple, who I will not name or describe, were arrested and prosecuted for the full extent of the law. It was later that I found out this was not their first victim of human trafficking. The couple who was arrested refused to admit where they had purchased the woman. To my knowledge, they're still in prison. The identity of the immigrant was never determined. Sometimes the calls that haunt you the most are the ones that you can't help. The ones that you feel like no matter how much you reason with them, they won't budge. Sometimes these people are so dead set on their revenge that they can't bring themselves to think rationally. For confidentiality reasons, the names here are made up. It was a Tuesday night when I got this call. A man came home from work and found his wife in bed with another man. His rage and anger took control of him. 911, what's your emergency?
She deserved it.
A man's voice echoed through the phone. He was calm. Sir, can you tell me what happened?
I caught her in bed with another man. They both deserved it.
I could hear the anger building in his voice as he paced. Okay, did something else happen? Can you tell me your name and your address? He called from a cell phone. What a lot of people don't know here is, when you call from a cell phone, we don't know exactly where you are. We have to request that data from the provider, and sometimes a location is never sent back to us.
Roger. My name is Roger. He's dead and she's still in there with him.
Okay, Roger. Did you hurt them? Is that what happened?
Yes. She's going to die slowly and painfully.
Roger, where are you right now?
I'm in the garage. I'm loading the gun again.
He was calm, and I heard him load the gun. Roger, you don't need to do this.
You don't understand. Of course I need to do this. Do you know how it feels? The betrayal? She fucking betrayed me.
I understand she betrayed you. I do. But will killing her be the right thing? I heard the sound of a door open, and then I heard screaming, which I assumed to be his wife. The screaming got increasingly louder as he walked about his home.
Shut the fuck up!
He busted the door open, and her screaming halted.
Honey, I'm so sorry. I love you so much. I'm so sorry.
She was pleading with him, and he started to laugh.
Did you fucking hear that? She loves me.
I knew he was talking to me now.
But I do, I swear.
She was crying now, and he just laughed at her.
You love me so much you slept with another man. Not just any man, Steven.
She was sobbing hysterically.
I'm so sorry.
Roger, who is Steven?
Steven was my best man at my wedding. Our wedding. We've known each other for 15 years.
He practically hissed through the phone.
Tell me why I shouldn't do it. Tell me why I shouldn't kill you right now.
He screamed at his wife. Finally, the cell phone provider pinpointed the tower in which the call was being placed. I dispatched the officers to keep an eye out. Roger, think about this. Do you really want to kill your wife? Why not let her live with the guilt? He was breathing heavily into the phone. Sometimes the best approach to someone having a breakdown is playing on their side, making them believe that you felt their pain.
I mean, I probably could, but she deserves it. She'll eventually bleed out. You deserve it, don't you?
he whispered, and I heard her breathing on the other line.
Yes. I'm so sorry, Roger.
She spoke into the phone this time.
Did you hear that? She admitted that she deserved it.
His wife made a whimpering sound, and I could hear Roger saying something under his breath. Roger, can you tell me where you are?
I'm on Elm Street. I want to see her bleed out before the cops come.
I sent the dispatch, telling them to narrow their search for Elm Street. As I was dispatching, I heard the sound of more whimpering and pleading from his wife.
I'm so sorry.
A single gunshot was fired, and then there was nothing but silence. Roger. Roger, what was that? Did you shoot your wife?
Yes.
He sounded calm.
She wouldn't shut the fuck up.
He spit the words out like it was poison. I know this will be hard, but can you tell me if she's dead? He shuffled the phone around, and I heard him move his wife's body.
Yes.
He started to sob.
Why did I do this?
He managed to say between sobs. The regret was hitting him. Roger, what's your address? We'll get the police there, okay?
I couldn't let her live after that.
I know, Roger. The police are on their way. It's going to be okay.
It'll never be okay. Tell me why I shouldn't just kill myself. What do I have to live for?
He sounded defeated.
What did I just do? Sherry? Sherry. I love you so much, baby.
Roger, it's going to be okay. At this point, trying to reassure him was the only thing that I could do.
She was the love of my life.
He whispered through the phone, and I heard him cock his gun. Roger, don't do this. This is not the end for you, I promise. He was crying.
I loved her. I loved her. Fuck. I've never been good enough.
It's going to be okay. We can get you help. The police are on their way, and it's going to be okay.
You're right.
He stopped crying and said calmly.
It's all going to be okay.
It was more of a whisper to himself. And then I heard the gunshot. The phone tumbled to the ground. As a dispatcher, you're not allowed to hang up, even if the person on the other line is dead. I waited 3 minutes, and 2 of those minutes I spent listening to the horrible sound of Roger taking his last blood-filled gurgled breaths. Once the police and paramedics arrived, an officer picked up the phone. I asked him if everyone was dead, and he said yes. He hung up, and within seconds of the phone ringing again, I couldn't answer another phone call. Not after what I had just heard. I signaled to my supervisor that I needed a moment, and I went to the quiet room. One thing I know for certain is that you never get used to the sound of someone dying. Those gurgles will forever haunt me.